Good morning, students. Yesterday we started the poem Pirate Story. I hope you have read the poem very well. We will read it again today. So, yesterday we talked about the poet Robert Louis Stevenson. He was a Scottish poet. He was a musician, a travel writer, and he was famous for his books like Treasure Island, Kidnapped, and a child's book of verses like these. So, he loved writing adventurous poems and adventurous stories. So, here in this poem, also, it is an adventurous story. It's an exciting story. It's an exciting poem about three kids where they are playing in a meadow. Meadow means in a grassy land, in a garden. And during their play, their imagination starts playing and they imagine themselves as sea pirates. Now, I told you yesterday, what are pirates? Pirates are the sea robbers, जो समुद्री जहाज़ों को रॉब करते हैं, लूटते हैं, उनका सारा सामान लूट के ले जाते हैं. जैसे घर में हमारे कोई चोर आता है तो हम उसको थीफ बोलते हैं. Similarly, if a robber comes and robs everything from a ship on the sea, they are called pirates. So they pretend, these kids, there are three kids who are playing in the garden and they pretend to be sea pirates. And that's how they start in their imagination. They start having adventure of being a pirate. They feel, they argue about going to far off places where they can't go in their real life. In their imagination is so vivid and so clear that they can go to any place in their imagination. So they don't hesitate moving to far off places beyond their country, beyond their city. So they plan to go to Babylon, to Malabar, or to Providence, or to Africa. They can, in their imagination, the whole world is there. कि पूरी दुनिया उनकी है. They are not shirking, they are not hiding, they are not fearful of getting lost or they are not afraid of anything. They are just free to play with their imagination. The only thing they believe is they are cautious of is the winds, is the weather. They are very cautious. They must as you also know, जब हम शिप पे जाते हैं, जो ट्रैवल करते हैं शिप पे, तो जो सेलर्स होते हैं तो उनको, क्योंकि उनके पास कोई ज़मीन नहीं है, कोई समुद्र में, सी में उनके पास कोई और पर्सन नहीं है जिससे वो आप रास्ता पूछ सकें, डायरेक्शन पूछ सकें. सो व्हाट दे यूज़ इज़ द विंड. दे आर कॉशियस ऑफ द विंड, दे आर केयरफुल ऑफ द विंड. And secondly, they move, they steer by a star. Star means, star here refers to pole star. कि pole star जो कि हमेशा north direction में होता है, उसको अपना एक वो लेके, मापदंड लेके एक they look at the pole star and they take direction from that star and they move in the correct direction wherever they want to go. So these kids are very imaginative and very adventurous. They love excitement. And in the final stanza, the third stanza also, ultimately their imagination comes to an end, where they see the cattle are coming towards them. They are charging towards them with a roar, with a high sound, and they believe those cattles, जो पशु होते हैं गार्डन में, जो मीडोज़ में, ग्रासलैंड्स में जो चर रहे होते हैं, वो उनको वो स्क्वाड्रन लगते हैं. व्हाट आर स्क्वाड्रन? दे आर द ग्रुप ऑफ शिप्स जो सी कोस्ट को गार्ड करते हैं. एंड दे आर रोइंग मीन्स पतवार, अपनी जो शिप्स को मूव करके वो उनकी तरफ लेके आ रहे हैं, उनको पकड़ने के लिए. एंड दे से द किड्स से, ओके, मेक इट क्विक, we'll escape them, हम उनसे बच सकते हैं और हम उनसे भाग सकते हैं. The wicket is the harbor, and ultimately in the last line we come to know that actual में what were they playing in the garden? They were playing cricket. So the wicket they were using in their play, in their game, is the harbor. They thought it to be the harbor. Harbor is the place where ships are tied, the ships are kept, and the whole garden becomes the seashore for them. So that's the poem. The whole poem, the summary of the poem. Let's read the poem first of all. Now, what games do you like to play with your cousins? Do you play games where you act like someone else? कि कभी आपने ऐसी गेम्स खेली हैं जिसमें आपने कोई और किसी और का रोल प्ले किया हो, जैसे घर घर खेलते हैं बच्चे, जैसे टीचर टीचर खेलते हैं, स्कूल स्कूल खेलते हैं. तो कभी ऐसे आपने अपने कज़न्स या अपने फ्रेंड्स के साथ ऐसे गेम्स खेले हैं. दे आर वेरी एडवेंचरस, दे आर वेरी एक्साइटिंग, दे ब्रिंग आउट योर इमेजिनेशन, दे ब्रिंग आउट योर क्रिएटिविटी, एंड you learn a lot through these games. Here in this poem, there are three kids, like three of us. That tells us there are three kids afloat in the meadow by the swing. Three of us abroad in the basket on the lee. Winds are in the air, they are blowing in the spring. And the waves are on the meadow like the waves are at sea. So that's the first stanza. Where shall we adventure today that we are afloat, weary of the weather and staring by a star? Shall it be to Africa, a steering of the boat, to Providence or Babylon, or off to Malabar? Now come to the third stanza. Hi! But here's a squadron, a rowing on the sea. Cattle on the meadow, a charging with a roar. Quick, and we'll escape them. They are as mad as they can be. The wicket is the harbor. The wicket is the harbor, and the garden is the shore. Robert Louis Stevenson. So that's the poem. Now let's talk about the figure of speech used in the poem. Now, the very clear figure of speech is used in the poem is metaphor. Metaphor means making an indirect, use I instead of it, indirect comparison between two things. Like, he is the lion of the battlefield. So now we are comparing the strength of the lion with the strength of the man in the battlefield. कि जिस तरह से lion battlefield में powerful और full strength के साथ fight करता है, similarly आदमी भी उसी पावर और उसी स्ट्रेंथ के साथ बैटल फील्ड में फाइट करता है. So here, similarly in the present poem, the poet has used the whole garden, the whole meadow as a metaphor for kids. The kids become pirates in their imagination, and the whole garden, whole meadow becomes their sea. It becomes their sea. And the swing on which they are swinging, जिस झूले पे वो झूल रहे हैं, वो उनके लिए शिप बन जाता है, as if they are sailing on the ship. जो ग्रास लैंड है, जो ग्रास हवा से जो घास हिल रही है, the grass which is swaying with the wind, it becomes the waves in the sea. वो बन जाती हैं समुद्र की लहरें. जैसे समुद्र में ऊंची ऊंची लहरें आती हैं, वैसे ही घास जो है वो हवा के साथ हिल रही है, घास में भी वो लहरें आ रही हैं जैसे समुद्र में लहरें आती हैं। फिर जो बास्केट उनके पास है, एक गार्डन में बैठे हैं, कुछ खाने के लिए लेके आए हैं, उस बास्केट में वो बैठ के, वो तीनों उस बास्केट में बैठ के अपनी समुद्र यात्रा पे चल देते हैं। दैट बास्केट बिकम्स शिप फॉर देम एंड दे गो ऑन दैट सी जर्नी। Next, in the last stanza again, in the second stanza again, we see the grassland has become the sea, and whatever there in the grassland is there, they are using it as a thing that they can use for the sea journey. अब वो आर्ग्यू कर रहे हैं, कंफ्यूज हैं कि कहाँ जाएं, किस तरफ जाएं, तो अफ्रीका जाएं, बेबीलोन जाएं या मालाबार जाएं, कहाँ पे जाएं। इन द लास्ट स्टैंजा, जो मीडोज़ में जनरली यू मस्ट हैव सीन द कैटल ग्रेजिंग इन द मेडो। सो जो ग्रासलैंड, ओपन ग्रासलैंड्स होती हैं, वहाँ पे पशु जानवर, गाय भैंस बकरी ये सब घास चर रहे होते हैं। सो दे आर कॉल्ड कैटल। सो द कैटल एंड द मेडो बिकम्स स्क्वाड्रन। स्क्वाड्रन मीन्स अ ग्रुप ऑफ शिप्स विच सेव्स द सी शोर, द कोस्ट गार्ड्स। वो अपने शिप को रो करके चला के वो उनकी तरफ, उनका पायरेट्स का पीछा करते हुए आ रहे हैं। दे आर कमिंग टूवर्ड्स देम, दे आर चार्जिंग टूवर्ड्स देम विद अ ग्रेट साउंड। एंड सीइंग दो स्क्वाड्रन्स, these pirates, these 3 pirates, they say okay quick we can escape them, कि हम उनसे बच के निकल सकते हैं, हमें इनसे डरना नहीं चाहिए, we can escape them, and they run away from there. And finally, in the last line, the metaphor comes to an end when the poet tells that actually what they were playing in the garden, in the meadow, was cricket. Actually they were playing cricket, so their wickets become the harbor. Harbor is a place where the ships are tied, and the whole garden becomes the seashore. So the whole of the garden, whole of the meadow is the metaphor for kids. Now next is alliteration. Alliteration is the repetition of same sound or alphabet in the close occurrence. For example, the tunnel is dark, deep and dingy. So the sound here repeated is the. D जो alphabet है, it is repeated here, so it is a clear case of alliteration. So likewise in the poem, if you see in the second stanza, the second line, weary of the weather and staring by a star, it's a clear example of alliteration. So W, W and S, sir sound is repeated again and again, so it is a clear case of alliteration. Now next is simile. So what is simile? Simile means metaphor, indirect comparison है. Simile is direct comparison between two things using the words like and as. For example, the bride is beautiful like a rose. Here we are comparing the beauty of the bride with the rose using the word like. That means the bride is beautiful just like a rose. The manager is as clever as cat. We are comparing the cleverness of the manager with the cat using word as. So similarly in the poem, the lines, the waves are on the meadow like the waves are at sea. So here we are comparing the blowing of winds in the meadow to the movement of waves in the sea using word like, right? So here please add N in the meadow. So now that's all for the figure of speech. All these 3 are the figure of speech used in the poem. Now let's see the word meanings of stanza 1. Now see the stanza 1 again. Three of us afloat. Afloat means floating or sailing in the sea. Meadow. Meadow means grassy land or garden. Abroad. Abroad means sitting in a ship. Sitting in a ship. So, while sitting in a basket, they pretend, they feel, they imagine that they are sitting in a ship. Lee. Lee means again garden. Now, winds are in the air, they are blowing. Blowing means moving. Right? So, all these are the word meanings in the first stanza. I hope you have understood the figure of speech. Tomorrow we'll do with the explanation of the paragraphs. Thank you very much. If for any doubt, you can call me or message me anytime. Thank you.